Hello and welcome to our Star Trek Online stream. We're still grinding out the Red Alert event. I'm here with Chibi and the Mighty Jimmy, and we're going to just do a task force operation and then do our endeavors as we have been doing over the last while. Stick around, have a laugh, bring up some conversation pieces, be it Star Trek, be it other nerdy stuff, and we'll have some fun. The the game decided, hey, you know what you should really do? You should like patch. So that's why I'm just sitting on the bridge right now. So how are you guys? Yeah, I get. Yeah. Starfleet are like, hey, your ship's looking a little bit ratty there. Better give it a lick of the paint. Oh yeah. There we go. Right. Oh, and it automatically put me into the team. It must have remembered. Yeah, it must have remembered. Hey, you're in a team, by the way. Yeah. It was about a gigabyte. So yeah. I'm wondering, like, should I change around the stations of my bridge officers that I can get like, oh wait, this side, get different people behind me, like a Tavrel there, and then Bagar over here. Yeah. There's another Alex here in the USS Vengeance, spelt it correctly. Um, yeah. Anywho, okay, so we still have our red alerts. We did the Alachi one yesterday. Did the we can do the not cool one, I guess. Mm. Yeah. Does anyone have a gauge on the lifespan of Andorians? It's probably a consumable or something, I imagine.
Uh, where's it gone?
Hey, MDW's online. What's up? Thank you for.
Hello,
What's
NBW. Nice to see you again.
What is your name that we can actually address you by, or a handle that you'd prefer to be addressed by? MDW just feels a bit clunky. Do 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 do. Do do. This Kalen Amnell in the USS Seeker likes to do as we do and just dick around the Sol system for a while.
I'm just going to observe everybody around me.
I hope he's groaning at the correct ships. You know, the certain ships that we've identified earlier.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm going to guess that Tina might know better if she's on the chat, but that USS Seeker, the captain's name is Kalen, and I think that might be related to the Legend of the Seeker. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe Tina would want to weigh in on that one if she's watching.
Hint, hint, Tina.
Yeah. Hint, hint. Drop the comment.
So which task force do we want to take on today then?
The Nakul was the one that Steve was looking at. So that ship I got yesterday has like a bunch of ship stuff that I've now got in my inventory, and I'm looking at the torpedoes, thinking I need to deal with torpedo damage, or physical damage, or kinetic damage. I'm just going, should I make a torpedo boat? I probably shouldn't.
It could be fun. So MDW says that MDW are their initials. So I guess we can continue to refer to you by MDW if you prefer. Or Michael Darkwing or something. Or
how about something suitably Klingon-esque, maybe? Because I remember you saying MDW you had a
KDF character,
a Klingon admiral,
yeah,
Klingon admiral, if I remember rightly.
And actually, that's a point to bring up. That there appears to be a update. Matt, okay, I was close with Michael. Huh. So Matt, apparently there's an update coming to STO that any race will be able to pilot any ship. So it's looking like the Federation will be able to start piloting Klingon vessels and vice versa. And I'm just wondering how to get my hands on quad disruptor cannons and putting them onto the Hibernia just so I can be that little bit more OP.
Even though our builds are terrible.
Oh yeah. Any extra DACA I can get on here is good by me.
I mean, I've already attached things to my hull, so I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, put some Borg hickeys, as we like to call them.
Yeah,
that was cool.
What, simultaneous warpage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Nakul raiders from the future are attacking merchant vessels in the sector. As of now, our quick reaction force is on convoy escort duty, Admiral. Intel suggests that one of these ships is carrying something, or someone, of temporal significance. Command is counting us to keep them safe. Alright.
Oh, heaven, I don't remember this.
It's only been a couple of days, James.
20 seconds. So, we have a Tadari frigate and a Damosh destroyer, which the Damosh is closer. Let's target that and coordinate fire.
Yes.
Don't even see your frigate.
Your frame rate.
Okay, now I see it. It's popped in.
Whoop.
Okay, well, there's a lot of them.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
But I'm engaging the destroyer.
Yes, but
that went down rather quickly.
Thank you, Matt, for joining us, and we hope you were enjoying the stream. Whoa, I was defeated very quickly. What the hell happened there? It's the... I forgot about the cones of death.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for the reminder.
No problem.
Right.
Die, destroyer.
You had a character for all of the story origins, so you played on each one of them. Have you tried the
Every
Discovery origin then, Matt? Because I hear that is a good faction for beginners, apparently.
To discover who they are.
Well, I mean,
Oh, James.
What the heck am I shooting at these people?
uh,
I think I've got a buff or something. It's fine. I either had a buff or a debuff. Something was happening to my ship.
oh, thought you could get away from me, could you, Damosh Destroyer?
Oh no!
How about some, Oh, Cone of Death. Cone of Death. Go.
Yeah. Cone of Death. I think that is the big sign that we have to avoid now.
These transphasic torpedoes, every time I read them, my brain reads transphobic first. And I'm like, I don't want them.
I was just going to say something along those lines. It's very... Yeah, could you imagine?
Ugh. That would be a horrible kind of weapon to have.
Well, which is interesting, because transphasic is good against Borg. And if it were transphobic, does that mean that, like, the Borg, there's like a lot of trans people in them? Maybe it's in a sense of like transhuman, maybe.
Well, I mean, they're humanoids transformed into the Borg, so I don't know.
Because
these dudes have been very easy.
Yeah. Hello.
Minus the cones of death.
Well, I didn't.
The cones of death are.
I managed to like not die from it, but it was an inconvenience for sure. I don't know what I'm targeting. Akaros.
Mind you, both Jetney's in a she's in a battle cruiser, or he, I don't know.
So
they are in a battle cruiser.
Okay, so out of curiosity, the new Klingons, too weird or cool? Well, you see, the way that they're trying to explain them, at least in the context of the show, is that they're not a new design for Klingon. They're just a different sort of race within the species. So much like we have different races as humans, so do the Klingons. And that explains the Klingons from the Next Generation versus some of the different kind of Klingons you'd see.
Just like the tanned ones.
Yeah,
from the original series.
Yeah, well, that's something that's explained in Enterprise. It's actually a virus, but there are different like appearances for Klingons, and they all it seemed to be a religious thing that they all cut their hair, and then when T'Kuvma came along and tried to unify the houses, they all started to grow their hair again, and that's why between season 1 and 2 Klingons had no hair, and then Klingons had hair. So yeah, I think that covers it. Akaros battleship.
It looks like we've got a Klingon
Oh,
warbird
holy crap.
with us as well, with Sonya.
Yeah.
Or Sonya.
Flying the Ragnarok. Is that Terran? Oh no, that's one of our. That's the battle cruiser, mate. My sister ship.
Die, destroyer.
Not today. No, we're actually today, please.
Yeah. Why won't you let
Preferably
me
the
die?
next 5 minutes.
Is there a time?
I really do enjoy the.
No, just I don't want to spend a whole day trying to kill one ship.
Yeah, this isn't EVE Online. Apparently, like, there's...
Joke!
Joke! Oh, shame that Roman isn't here for this.
I know. Dan! What is it, Yoda? I have another funny joke for you! What is it? Yeah, that whole just interaction. Pure gold.
Yeah. I have watched a bit of the Grumps every now and again, and just the friend. You can tell like the friendship between them is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that Aaron is one of those people, like, he's cool to hang around, but he will prank the fuck out of you.
Yeah. Aaron, it's funny because Aaron is a very different person from what he was maybe about 10 years ago. Like, myself and Aaron would have been in the same circles on the amateur voiceover circuit. And, so I would have seen things from other friends. Like, we were never direct friends, but we moved in the same circles. And so there was friends.
You knew people who knew him, sort of thing.
Exactly. And so he's just seemed like a very different person. And I think I wouldn't have gotten along with him back then, but now he seems like to be in a much better place, mentally, and I think it was because one of those needs to be funny kind of thing, like trying really hard to be funny, and now he seems more relaxed within himself. So I don't know. Good for him.
Yeah. We've ripped through these Nakara quite quickly, to be fair.
Oh, somebody ripped through my shields there.
What?
Oh, we did it!
Yes.
Huzzah!
No.
37 marks as well, not bad.
Take items. A pre-fire chamber. I don't need one. I already have an. Maybe it's not epic, but yeah, we're getting a free. What is it? From 6 o'clock tomorrow, we can get in the Zen store in the promotions tab. We can get or we can get it now. Apparently, there it is. So it's an ultimate tech upgrade, and basically what that does is it takes any item, be it crafted or what have you, and brings it up to epic level, grade 15. So
Epic.
And considering we get a 1 for this red alert, and we have another free one there, that's 2, so that'll be 2 epic level items.
Awesome. Where do I find this? Is it being the featured, or is it on sale, or what?
Zen promotions.
Zen promotions. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okie doke.
There you are.
We have a universal endeavor, which is the task force Counterpoint. So no idea what's involved in that one.
We shall have to find
Oh,
out.
please be in the space. Please be in space.
James, you are loving those space missions, aren't you?
I think it's not so
Unless,
much...
of course, it was like the puzzle one. That was quite a fun one, but I didn't know what was going on.
I really enjoyed that one. It was like kind of like playing. It was kind of like playing like Fall Guys or Takeshi's Castle.
Yeah, that was cool. The binary circuit one. So Matt says, "Is this weird that when I think of Yoda, I think of the sound from Weird Al? Specifically,
sound or song?
Yeah,
that song.
Yeah, Yoda Yoda. Where the swamp just bubbles up like cherry cola. Yoda Yoda. Yoda Yoda. Da-dum, da-dum.
So, do you mind explaining to me what we just got and where I would find it in my inventory or something?
It's probably in a box. This is really this is really something to maybe look for afterwards, because we just claimed it. It could be in a bank, could be anywhere.
But it's claimed.
Yeah, it's claimed.
claimed.
That's all we need to know right now. Okay.
Might be an R&D. You never know.
Yeah, it could be actually. Oh, that's actually exactly where it is. Yeah.
Might be where? Sorry.
Using the logic.
Yeah, R&D.
R&D. Okay, thank you.
Counterpoint Oh, it's a space one. We've been alerted to a mirror universe invasion of DS9. All available forces are being redirected to repel the Terran Empire.
I think we've done this one then once or twice.
We might have, but there's a... Oh, you meant song. All right. Yes. So maybe our guess was correct that the Yoda song. Hey, DuckTales whistle. Task Force. Woo! Everybody on board the ship. Task Force. Woo!
Woo!
Danger that's behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. Okay, DS9 to all Alliance ships. We're under attack by Mirror Universe forces. We request immediate assistance. Our defenses are nearly down. We need help to clear this ship. Understood.
Oh, that is a big ship next to us.
It's a Jem'Hadar ship. Probably some kind of dreadnought.
Yeah, it's called the Unrelenting Fire.
Well, we'll see.
Vanguard Dreadnought Cruiser.
We'll see just how unrelenting.
I honestly thought you were about to say the unrelenting fart when you got to the sound.
Don't forget to remove one cup of your earphone. Woo!
Right, let's roll. Something's buffing us. Wow.
Oh,
Thank you.
There's Grandma, by the way.
Yeah. Grandma, what are you doing here? You're too old. Yeah. Don't you tell me what to do, Sonny Jim. I was shooting...
Oh, my back!
Yeah. I was shooting Borg before you were born.
Yeah. I was shooting Terran ships before you were a twinkle in Utopia Planetia's eye. Woo!
That is a very good question though. Like, how long has the Defiant been in service?
Woo! Something just turned off my shields. Okay, so the Defiant, it was so weird playing a Starfleet from Kirk era. All power to the port nacelles.
Hello, Rick. Nice to see you again.
Hey, Rick. Let me see. The Defiant came into service in the 2370s, probably 2379 if this is 2409. So Ghost is being stupid under my chair again. Well, dog's gonna dog. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? Thank you. We're taken by complete surprise. Close the portals. Okay. Cool. This is one where we were like, what portals? What are you talking about? And we just kind of ignored it. We've definitely done this mission before.
Yep.
Okay. Portals have now spawned in.
Hello, GLaDOS.
So, what year? Remind me the year that this is set in?
2409, I think.
Okay, so it's only 30-ish years old, which is old for a ship, but considering how they retrofitted Discovery, I'm sure they'd be able to do that with a less old ship.
Honestly, like, the Defiant isn't that old then. She would be, like... She'd be a long-serving ship, but, she would still have, like, quite decent technology inside her.
Oh, yeah.
It's debatable, because at least for real-world comparisons, actually, I'm going to use Hood as a great example. Hood, by the time of World War II, was 20 years old and considered very old for that war.
Yeah.
So it is worth noting that.
But...
so I'm trying to...
But if you consider the Excelsior class by the time of TNG was already in service for 80 years.
Wow. So there's obviously they've managed. Of course they can, because that's why they didn't scrap Discovery as soon or put it in a museum the second it came into thing. Obviously it's plot, but
But it's the only
something's in.
Yeah, it's the only ship with the hub spore drive as well.
Drive.
That's kind of the important distinction.
I'm saying this without actually having seen Discovery, but I just from what you told me.
I won't say anything as to why Discovery is extra important in the future, but yeah. So
Awesome.
let me see. How have you guys? We've got 3 portals closed.
I'm trying to.
There's a portal over here.
There's
trying
one
to
over
find
there.
it.
I'm gonna head for that, or at least provide backup or something.
First portal.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone.
Okay. I'm arriving at this portal.
I'm here too. I'm gonna close it
Great.
because cloaking device.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh no!
I'll try to take that aggro for you.
Did you perhaps bleed
Okay.
and/or perish there, Stephen?
No, it's just when it was just about to close, I got hit with a single shot, and that stopped the entire process. But James took the aggro, so it was all good. Matt says,
For
sorry.
once, my take aggro button worked.
Yeah, forgot to answer. Yes, I did play from the Discovery era. Oh, thanks, Rick. I'm quite proud of my LCARS display, to be honest. The retrofit from Starfleet came through. I quite like it. Okay. Turn the tide. Answer hail. We should probably get back to DS9, James.
There we go.
Understood. Pick up an assault team. Oof.
Yep,
This is...
Wait.
It's this part.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. It's Terek Nor.
The bastards.
I think it was interesting playing this from the other side. If you remember, we had to play from the actual assault team side. That was interesting.
It was a pain in the ass, though.
Oh yeah, especially going against Lita. That was not fun. Right, I'm gonna go under Terek Nor. I'm gonna use the James technique.
It's a great technique.
Assault
Okay.
teams.
Oh.
Understood.
Alright,
Beam
I'm
down,
gonna try
assault
and make
team.
my way over there.
Oh, it's like, oh no, Terek Nor has its own defenses. Go, go, go.
Oh, well, they've also spawned a whole bunch of them underneath.
Yeah.
It's like it's learned my moves. Damn it, game.
Yeah.
Get a bit of a bossy slapping there. That's okay. I can take that.
It knows your strategy, James.
It's a learning computer.
Oh, ow, ow,
Either
ow.
that or Arc,
Alright.
Arc Games are somehow anonymously watching the stream and just taking tips, reprogramming the task force operations.
Well, I can't remember what game it was. It was one that involved lorries but wasn't Euro Truck Simulator. Markiplier was playing it and it got enough attention that the dev logged into the game and started messing with them.
Nice.
he turned off the gravity at one point, and so all these trucks started floating, and they were like, "What's going on?" And there's messages coming across the screen. They were freaking out.
What? I destroyed the base of the Prometheus. How are the vectors still going around? It's like they don't. Well, a lot of the elements of the Prometheus are automated. That's how 2 EMHs were able to pilot it. One played by
God damn those early magic hours.
Oh yeah, one of those actually played by Andy Dick. Strangely enough.
Brilliant name.
No, but
So who is the Emperor in the Terran Empire then, or do you not want to tell us that due to spoilers from Discovery?
For Discovery, well, it's not a major spoiler. It's something very quite early on in season 1.
Fair enough.
But I'll keep it to myself. It's still a better reveal when the show does it. Wait,
I'm just because if Lita from DS9 is not part of is not like the Empress, like she's obviously an admiral or something like that.
Yeah, she's important, but
yeah.
she's not the Empress. Oh, okay. So
Andy
DS
Dick
not.
as the EMH was so ironic.
Yeah, he's a little bit self-destructive. Would probably be a nice way of putting it. Okay, gotta take.
What's Andy Dick done?
Andy
Or is
Dick.
his character?
Ooh.
So Andy Dick was an emergency medical hologram. In the story in Voyager, the Doctor from Voyager was sent across a bunch of subspace relays onto a ship that came into range, and so he could deliver a message that, hey, Voyager's still alive, by the way, in the Delta Quadrant. And it turned out the ship was under attack by Romulans, and the only person still alive, essentially, was the EMH, who happened to be Andy Dick. Andy Dick, at the time, like, had his own show on MTV, aptly named The Andy Dick Show. It would kind of be along the same lines as the Tom Green Show, if anybody watched that. You know, so classifying itself as comedy, but, you know, it's a comedy in inverted commas, really.
That's not the one I wanted. There we go.
Right.
So whenever I get this sort of static across the screen, it actually causes Terek Nor to despawn in my visuals.
Oh, weird. Whoops. Right, I'm just
Some damage to Terek Nor.
I'm just trying to keep some of the Terrans off DS9.
Same. It seems like we're doing okay in regards to Terek Nor.
They're stepping up their game here, though. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Someone's got me in a tractor beam. Piss off. Repairs complete. I don't like that.
It's fine. She's not doing that well.
We got this.
We've got 10 assault teams aboard at the moment.
Yeah.
We're among them apparently in a different game.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder, like, when this event probably first came about, does that mean that, you know, it only worked if people were doing two events at the same time?
Nah, I think there were probably.
Could you imagine?
That would be cool if you actually had to wait to be beamed up by a ship. Which would be really funny if in the game people were neglecting beaming up assault teams and you just were stuck on DS9 looking at the battle going on out the windows. Which
me literally stuck in the dark.
Yeah.
That would be cool as an event I think if you could program it. Man, I've missed so much Star Trek. Lamb never gonna catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you haven't, like, Matt. I've never really watched Trek with a full attention span, so I'm actually working my way through the entire canon as best as I can at this time.
Yeah, you're going chronologically. Oh, I think we won. Yep, we won. Or not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
It's the dreadnought bit.
Yes.
Okay.
We are winning is the word. Yeah, chronologically, so from Enterprise all the way up to Picard.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch the original series?
Of course I'm going to watch the original series. I'm going to watch the movies as well if I can.
The movies are so much better. The movies are so much better. Like, some people might consider it sacrilegious to say, but even Jerry agrees that the original series has not aged well for a multitude of reasons. And, you know, knowing what we know of Shatner as well doesn't help matters. But yeah, I mean, the movies are great. Like, I think that's the pinnacle for a lot of characters from the show, and especially Kirk. Kirk is because officially Enterprise is post First Contact. Well, I mean technically, but if you were to go chronologically, you know, you just
Enterprise is the start.
Yeah, as in not not release date chronologically.
Yeah, because
Also, to watch First Contact, you'd have to watch only a part of First Contact for that to matter.
And then
I mean,
trying to line up things like where Voyager sits in DS9 and where DS9 starts during TNG, sometime in season 5 or some shit like that. So
yeah, yes, Rick, I will do finger quotes chronologically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, did you finish your story about Andy Dick?
There's not much of a story as such. He's just, as we were saying, he's just self-destructive with things like drug addiction and the likes. So that I think that's what Rick was saying about it being ironic, is that he's not really a healer, especially when he's so self-destructive. But then at the same time, look at House from House MD. You know, he had his addictions as well, and he was a healer. So I reckon that's important. Just remember.
Well, actually, yeah, that's doctors and nurses are the worst people for taking cows.
Yep. And I think if it's your job, you have a tendency to go, ugh, I don't want to do work at home, kind of thing, like things like hairdressers and makeup artists and things like that. Like sometimes they don't bother taking care of their own hair / makeup and stuff like that. It's just examples.
Definitely. Another factor of it is literally that they care so much about other people that they don't as much for themselves in that way.
Yeah.
That's something I've noticed with family members.
In a acting role I have coming up, but you know, wasn't able to do thanks to COVID. Basically, my character is a doctor, and essentially, I kind of designed his appearance with that in mind, of that he cares more about other people than he does himself. And someone was like, "Oh, it's really amusing because, you know, your character looks like shit." And I was like, "Yes, because again, he takes better care of others than he does himself." So, yeah.
Come on, look at this ship here, the Lennart. The Lennart. If you're in the same instance.
Oh, Tina says, "I know I don't do my she means makeup. Makeup much. All space doctors are broken, and all Earth doctors are lazy in self-care." I'm trying to think. Is there like, I don't know. Hugh from Discovery seems quite complete. Yeah, sure, he had his trauma when he, you know, died and came back, but he seems quite on top of things. Bashir is better than human because he's genetically engineered. So, I mean, yeah.
What instance are you in, Stephen?
9.
No.
You guys are
you're in a
6.
different one to us.
Let me see. Transferring now.
Get to look what the bloody Lennart was. That's annoying.
I grew up watching
Very interesting
the
ship.
original series, then I watched Next Generation, Voyager, some DS9, Enterprise, the pre-Kirk one, and some Discovery. Well, one of the positive things I felt has happened with lockdown is a lot of people have gone, you know what, I'm going to go back and watch Deep Space Nine. And a lot of people have given it the time of day that it didn't get the first time around. And people are like, oh my god, I didn't realize it was so amazing. And it is. It's a fantastic series. And I'm glad that people are giving it the attention it so richly deserves. So, I feel sorry for that TNG doctor. No one liked or even remembers the name of. You mean Dr. Pulaski? I remember Dr. Pulaski, and I thought she was great. That episode that she was in the Sherlock Holmes holodeck simulation with Moriarty, that was awesome. I like Pulaski.
Yeah, because that was before Crusher came back. Because Crusher started off as the first.
Yes.
The first medical officer, and then went off, didn't she?
Yeah, so she was condescending to Data, so blah. Well, the concept is that she was condescending to Data and then learned. Like, she grew as a character. Look at McCoy. McCoy wasn't perfect in that aspect. He just kept putting down Vulcans all the time. But they realized, that it was actually out of great respect, essentially. What was this? But yeah, that would make Hugh broken as he died and came back. But I don't know if that makes him broken. I would think about that one. Let me see. So, what endeavors have other people got? I have harvest materials in space, deal plasma damage on the ground, and defeat Terran Empire on the ground. Which I'm not going to do any of those. They all sound awful.
Yeah, I am over halfway on my kinetic damage, but that's and destroy Voth ships. Those are my 2 that I can do.
And we'll focus on James because I am not doing phaser or Tetrion damage on the ground, and I don't fancy fighting the Tholians again.
So we have someone new into the chat. K Wolves 21. McCoy was basically just a polite a-hole most of the time. Polite is stretching it, I think. He was prickly. Prickly is how I would put it. He was kind of one of those people of take your damn pills or I'll punch you. Let's see. So could be worse. Ashley Williams in Mass Effect 1 was an utter species. And then Mass Effect 3 they pretended she never was. Oh yeah. She was.
I hated that. Like Ashley in number 2 was a dick to you. Like you've been dead and everything, and it's like, especially if she was your girlfriend, you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see you again. See her, and she's like, stay the fuck away from me.
You're working with Cerberus. How dare you work with Cerberus? It's like, I didn't choose to die.
Oh yeah, maybe stretching it. He was polite in that he cared. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel McCoy was one of those people that cared so much that it frustrated him when people didn't do as they were told, even though it was in their best interest. And someone like Spock did frustrate the hell out of McCoy because, Vulcans in their nature tend to be all like, well, I know better than you. And you're like, stop telling me how to do my job. You don't know my job better than me. Well, I do, because Vulcan... Shut up, you're half human! So,
I tell you, Doctor, I like that isn't Star Trek, but is space. But he hits those numbers, those points. Is Doc Cottle from Battlestar Galactica. He's literally like the really gruff, smokes a cigarette around pregnant people kind of doctor, but he really, you can tell he cares. He's a very well written character. I find it's really, really interesting to watch.
We all know the best doctor will always be Zoidberg.
Okay, yeah, no, make no mistake, yeah. All right, what mission do we want to do? Dare I say it, were the Voth the ones that turned off, that attacked the Borg?
Yes, Voth are any Delta Quadrant patrols. There is, I think Aftermath is one that has. Voth.
Okay, so Preying Upon the Weak is definitely one.
Yeah, that one is awful. I saw Will Wheaton as a villain in a sci-fi show that is no longer running called Dark Matter. Interesting.
Was it any good, MDW? Did you enjoy it? Because if so, I might check that out myself. It'd be interesting to see Will playing a character that he is not normally known for.
Yeah, I'm glad that Will Wheaton is getting back to acting. I know he played himself in The Big Bang Theory, but as I said before, I want him to be in Picard. I want him to tell Picard to shut up, and it just would be so amazing. It just needs to happen. CBS, if you're listening, put Will Wheaton into Picard and make him tell Picard to shut up. I think.
Make him a captain as well.
Oh,
please,
yeah.
dear God.
What is it? He's doing quite well for himself by Star Trek Nemesis. He's in a deleted. I mean, he's in a deleted scene, but in that scene, he is shown to be like doing quite well.
Well, he is at Riker's wedding, and in the deleted scene, he's being posted to the Titan with Riker. So if he doesn't show up in Picard, then they've failed all the Trek fans. You know what? I agree. Will played himself, much like NPH was himself in the Harold and Kumar movies. Okay, got it.
No, I agree. He in Big Bang, like a lot of the guest celebrities were all like heightened examples of themselves.
Oh man, that episode.
Right, gentlemen, let us travel to Aftermath.
Aftermath. Okay, patrols launch.
Oh, I've already hit it.
Okay, launch in 3, 2, 1, go.
Which one is it?
Hey, John.
I thought it was going to be one of those sort of like confirm sort of thing, but it wasn't. It was just launch, and you went.
In Big Bang Theory, I loved James Earl Jones's episode. Man, that was funny. They're like leaving a bag of flaming poo on Carrie Fisher's door, and she comes out with a baseball bat. It's like, it's not funny anymore, James. It's like, then why am I laughing? Brent Spooner was a fully caricature, and LeVar would yeah. Let me guess, you like Star Wars. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I like Star Wars too. What an episode. The relationship between Picard and Wesley grew a lot over the course of TNG, and we need to see how it's kind of evolved since then. Yeah, I would like to see what became of Wesley, especially considering Q got it so wrong. Anybody remember one of the first episodes where Wesley got turned into an adult when he was given the powers to Riker? And yeah, that was funny. I should probably get into the battle here. I've not been paying attention.
Right, I will give that series a go then, MDW, if it's any good, because it's the fact that you liked it so much shows that it obviously had something about it.
Oh, I tried getting the aggro for you, Reese.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah. So this Voth does not want to give up his shields, which is fair enough, I guess.
Well, it is a battleship.
So I'm going to take on this frigate instead.
Oh yeah. No.
Adult tanned Wesley. Wow. Like, how could they get it so wrong? But yes, for anyone who has just joined as well and they haven't followed me on Twitch here, maybe consider.
You're letting the team down.
But no, maybe consider doing it. There's a little bar there, kind of saying, "Hey, I need 50 to get to affiliate. Let's do it, peeps." I don't even care about reaching affiliate. The only thing I want to do is just have myself a little achievable goal this year. It's like to make it feel like I've done something.
I wonder how the Q war actually ended. And you never know, with those follows as well, if you like what we see, we'll probably continue to do more content as well. Like, we have no intention of stopping, I feel. So.
Yeah, and it won't just be Star Trek Online as well. I mean, once we finish up the event, there'll be another event coming, but apparently you can do a lot of the content in one go. So I'm kind of hoping that could be something interesting.
I've managed to survive like multiple times when my hull has gone down to like 10 with little to no shields just by pressing everything. And one of them was definitely a mistake where I hit the threatening stance button instead of a heal. Like, no. Literally like that character from Star Trek. Is it not Star Trek, from South Park? Is it Stan, the dad? No, the dad.
Oh,
Stan's dad.
Randy.
Who's like, I didn't hear no bell.
Oh yeah.
That's literally what my ship is like right now. Well, not right now, but back then.
Probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I hated Q. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I love John Delancey. I think he is a fantastic performer and a top-notch troll.
Yes, the amount of stuff that he has done to his fans.
Done to his fans. Phrasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like in meet and greets, apparently he loves to like take the piss out of his fans, and he's done some proper pranks with some of them. I sent a video to Steven a while back, explain which left us both in hysterics.
I hated Q because of how he treated Picard, but Q as a character was great. Yeah, I mean, the funny thing about Q and the way he treats him, it's that kind of fascination, and it's interesting to see how he treats the other captains. When he went up against Cisco, Cisco punched him, obviously, and he was like, I don't want to play with you, you're no fun, you're too easy to provoke. Whereas with Picard, he could play with Picard and have some fun.
I have no idea what's going on.
I think we've summoned
pain.
Groups of...
Just pain!
We have summoned 2 groups of Voth at the same time.
I just see purple and pain.
I'm gonna go down. No.
Yep, I think I'm gonna go down. James, I think we summoned 2 groups at the same time.
You see, I'm
still only on 6 kills.
I didn't know that Q was in Breaking Bad. That it would explain why Hal from Malcolm in the Middle went into drugs. He was driven to it by a pesky Q. Oh wow. Why did we summon 2 groups of enemies?
I did say.
Well, it's a case of divide and conquer.
They've divided us.
The one that keeps on getting closer and closer to the cube and further away from me. Stop it. Take your body spanking and enjoy it. Maybe don't enjoy it.
What kind of stream has this turned into, James?
Ah, no, go away. I was taking on this bloody bulwark battleship, and then his friends decided to join in. Bugger off, the lot of you. Picard played with him, and that's what married couples do. You annoy the same person for the rest of your life. Instantly thinking of the time Picard was in bed with Q. I love that moment because Picard's first reaction is to pull the covers up over his nipples.
It's like it is a very funny scene. I've seen plenty of gifs of it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm shooting through the cube to hit this. It's alright, that works.
Friendly fire. I love Pat Stew.
I actually managed to see him live with Ian McKellen.
I did too.
In Waiting for Godot, and it was such a privilege to watch them.
Yeah, I saw it in Edinburgh many years ago. My criticism of the show is that as an absurdist piece, it was far too full of props and things. It was like blatantly made for like to appeal to as many people as possible, which, you know, is fine and all, but it kind of took away from the feel of the show. There's things like sound effects and a big grand set when Absurdist Theatre was created literally to oppose that. So it's just a little weird. Ian McKellen was amazing in it, though. Such a joy to watch.
Has Ian McKellen actually done anything that was a bit shit?
In
recent years.
Yeah, even
probably
if
done something when he was young.
Yeah, even if he did, we'd probably still think it was great.
We'd probably still think he was great.
Yeah. What about the fertility
Isn't he great?
idol on his vacation? Best Riker prank ever. If you're interested in another sci-fi show I loved, is called Killjoys. I don't know if anyone... what's Killjoys about? Did you ever watch Vicious? Oof, we've got a lot of show recommendations here right now.
Yeah. Vicious is wonderful with Ian McKellen, yeah.
I was going to say... Tina, there was a ship there a while ago being piloted by a Kalan, spelt the same way as your D&D character, called the USS Seeker. Thought you might find that interesting.
I'm wondering if this Voth repair ship will count towards my kills. Towards thing.
I would imagine so.
Put it this way, you've got plenty of opportunities to kill lots of things.
Well, fucking kill it then. Come on.
Yeah, we've done the very tactical choice of summoning two groups. This is definitely going well to us.
It worked. Now all I need to do is not finish this mission.
Now I need to do is just survive.
Yeah. Yeah, we made a rather large boo-boo summoning two groups of enemies.
Two groups, yeah.
Right. That battleship is down. Now it's just a case.
I'm going to bleed and or perish.
Stay with us. Don't go into the light.
Ian, Derek Jacobi, and Ramsey from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Speaking of Jacobi, ever thought about he and Ian both played Death amazingly?
I just realised that Ramsey was playing the one that was like the young, we're going to corrupt him sort of character in Vicious. And I'm now seeing him as just Ramsey Bolton, and I just can't get that out of my head.
Ah, yes, Thrones. I was never into it. I've seen plenty of memes about it. I've only watched season 1, and if anyone says, "Oh yeah, I've got to watch it,"
No.
Sorry, guys,
not interested.
I think you'll find that no one is saying that anymore. There has been, I've never quite seen such a cultural shift where it was such an important part of everyone's life, well, a wide part of society's life, and just because the last season was so terrible that it's no one really talks about it anymore.
And you know what I find is really funny is that at no point has anyone kind of thought to themselves, you know, that last book might be just as bad, but they just blame the show. And you're like, well, in fairness, George R.R. Martin, like, that was his notes.
Yep.
Like, you know,
one way or another, I'm not blaming the directors or anybody. I'm saying that it took such a wrong step in the eyes of the audience that they don't enjoy it and don't talk about it anymore. I haven't even seen them. I'm not a fan particularly. I got to season 4 and sort of got burnt out.
Yeah, I don't know. One of the things that bugged me is that usual kind of thing. Oh, more ships! Hooray! One of the things that bugs me is that for the same people would complain about The Walking Dead, for instance, about how it's slow and, you know, this kind of thing, and then say that they love Game of Thrones, and you're like, they're the same. They're just set in different things. It's like they're both slow and focusing on characters. Like it can't all be
I don't know.
battles the whole time.
I would say it was a bit fast. I'd say Walking Dead was a bit faster sometimes, because actually certain things happen. More things happen in Walking Dead than in Game of Thrones. For God's sake, winter is coming. 10 years later, winter is here. Well, it's about fucking time. We've had 10 winters.
And that was one of the things I did enjoy about The Walking Dead, is that it seemed to happen in kind of a relative real time. I
think people just didn't like the fact that nothing got better in Walking Dead. And how, as you said before, how could it get better?
Yeah.
It's not a case of just surviving the initial outbreak and then the army rolls in and kills everybody, kills all the bad guys. Like in most movies. I say most. I can just think of Shaun of the Dead.
But Shaun of the Dead is a good parody.
Shaun of the Dead's a great movie. It's a great zombie movie, full stop. Actually,
yeah.
It's got the right zombies and everything like that. I hate running zombies. I just hate running zombies. It defeats the point of the zombie.
Yeah, I hate Zack Snyder too. No, everyone's like, "Oh my god, the Dawn of the Dead remake! It's so amazing! It's so great and brilliant!" And I was like, "Nah, the zombies were too like, it's so indicative of Zack Snyder's filmmaking style, with how it was a bunch of set pieces thrown together with no real way of linking them." And that's one of the things that bugged me about his DC movies, is that it's just that it's a bunch of set pieces with no discernible way of linking them together.
Can we just talk about how long this patrol is going on?
Yeah.
Also, Rick, when you say the Walking Dead video games, I think you are ignoring everything other than the Telltale games, because there were some atrocious. There have been some atrocious Walking Dead video games.
Yeah. Well, there's the kind of the blatant tie-in, essentially, or the game that probably had bugger all to do with The Walking Dead until they decided to make it about The Walking Dead.
I forgot about those games that were failed or cancelled. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Telltale games were very good from what I have heard and what I have seen from people.
I enjoyed them personally.
I still need to finish them up, actually.
I've got the final season I need to play through.
Yeah,
I just hope it's. I haven't heard anything about it. All I know is that it whilst they were making it, obviously the
company went on.
It went to shit. So I don't know if it's going to be truthful or it's just going to be those storylines are just going to be wrapped up now.
Well, it was always planned to be the final one anyway with Clementine, and it was just a case of the company went under before the episodes were finished. But apparently the majority of the work was already done, so it just took another company to basically finish it. Yeah. Tina's referencing Little Girl, which was my voice for Clementine when I played the game. That it was like a Russian spy, but masquerading as a little girl. And it's like, hello, my name. My name is Little Girl. I like to do little girl things, like makeup and boys and other little girl activities. I am not Russian spy.
What season did you make to?
In the games?
Yeah.
I didn't play New Frontier. I think that's where my playthroughs stopped.
My qualm with Telltale games is that there is an illusion of choice.
Of course.
Generally, it's more of that character is going to die. You just get to choose whether or not they die now and how they die. And I really disliked that aspect of it. Other than that, it's pretty good. And I remember disliking it because another Telltale game, Game of Thrones. Here you go, circle for you.
Yeah.
By the way, cheers, Reese, for the shield that's keeping me alive currently.
Yeah, you need it.
The first one of the first characters you play as in Game of Thrones is a chap called Ethan. I can't remember anything else about him, but essentially,
Wow.
Daddy is away. Daddy is away fighting the war, and you're like 10 or 11, something like that, maybe teenage years, and you've got to run the house and keep the political things happy and all that stuff. Anyway, I played it, and Ramsay Bolton comes in, and at the very end of the first episode, he kills you.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, fuck's sake. What did I do wrong? And then, no matter what you do, no matter what you choose, he kills you.
Yeah, because Ramsay's a dick.
I know, and he is a dick, and all that, but the fact that it was like this illusion, and it's sort of, I guess it's these splitting off stories that just converge again.
Well,
I hate
my
zombies, period. So tired of zombies that they come up with something new. Please don't make me beg.
my thing though, before we get off the Telltale games, is that at least The Walking Dead made you face your choices with the stranger. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
When you
that
finally
was really good.
get to Savannah and you get to this, and it's like, oh well, you chose to take the food out of the car outside the thing, and that was my car, and my family starved because of you. And you're like, whoa, okay.
If I recall, though, if you don't take it, he still is angry at you.
Oh yeah, that's
He's
what I
either
mean.
you didn't stop them, or he's either you didn't stop them, or he doesn't believe you. But there is a lot of that. The second one, I can't remember what it is. Clem does something that I don't think it gets somebody killed. It might get somebody killed actually, and Kenny proper yells at her for it, and you think it's okay. Well, she's only 14, but again, that decision killed somebody.
Yeah.
So fair enough. I need to play that again. I haven't played that since like 2014, 2015.
Yeah. We must all replay.
It was one of those series where I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to enjoy playing as a little girl in a video game sort of thing," and then genuinely had so much fun with it.
Yeah, I must revisit the Chronicles of Little Girl. But yes, at the moment not so much actually anymore. I think the oversaturation of the market with zombie stuff has kind of died down a bit. I think the new thing for people to get tired of is superheroes.
Yeah.
I'm just annoyed that, like, in the zombie market in general, it's oversaturated, in my personal opinion, with the wrong zombies.
They switched off my shield.
What
There isn't
do you mean, like
enough
the wrong zombies?
running zombies. As I was saying earlier, I just don't like running zombies. I really prefer the slow shamble. The Walking Dead zombies.
Yeah.
Okay, that style.
The
Romero style ones,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Those are the perfect zombie. Okay, and hordes and stuff like that. And there just for me hasn't been a game that encapsulates them perfectly. Because even Dead Rising, I think Rick said they do run a bit, but they don't.
They're more shamble.
I haven't come away thinking they shamble sort of. But in that game, they're not really a threat. They're more of an annoyance.
Yeah, it's the other people are the threat.
Whereas in Walking Dead, they kind of become an annoyance, but at least at the beginning, they are the main threat.
Yeah. I think a lot of zombie stuff always tries to push forward that the real threat is always going to be other humans. Because, humans are dicks. So
I think it's Romero himself said he uses them as a political tool to to shine light at society.
yeah.
I think Romero himself doesn't like Walking Dead because it doesn't do that.
I would have thought Romero is
he
dead.
did. Yeah,
Is he dead?
he's dead now, isn't he?
Somebody doesn't like zombies. Somebody doesn't like the Walking Dead zombies, and it's someone who is. How long ago did he die? Did he die like a while ago?
Yeah.
I think it was like a couple of years ago. Speaking of dying, I think I've died like 6 times in the last 5 minutes. Like, I'm struggling.
Yeah, it would probably help if we actually coordinated a little bit better.
He died 2017, so he was alive to see Walking Dead.
Yeah.
To make those comments, yeah. So it must have been him. Yeah. Oh my goodness! This is the longest patrol I think we've ever done.
Did you at least get your Endeavour?
I've got both of them.
If you haven't, then there is something wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Where are you guys? I'm gonna come find.
I'll tell you how long it's been going on. I've been able to use my ship twice, and it takes my backup ship twice, and it takes 15 minutes for that to log in.
Wow.
To respawn.
You've used a backup ship?
It's if my health goes beneath 50%, I can call in a secondary ship.
Yeah, I can do that too.
Right.
So, fleet support.
Mm.
Well, I don't survive long enough to use mine.
Right now would be a great time to use it.
I think Tina's asking if you want some water. Captain Saban.
Yeah. Yes.
Captain.
Oui, merci. It's not so much. It's not so much water. Let's just say, it's a beverage. A beverage of some kind.
A beverage of the wet variety.
Yeah, I would imagine if I was a Starfleet captain, let's say coffee wouldn't be my vice.
No,
you walk around with a flask tucked into your socks.
Yeah.
just like Captain, we have Klingons off the starboard bow, and you're like, just rub the middle bit between your eyes.
Again with the Klingons.
Put your leg on the Riker. Put your Riker leg on the chair and pull out the drink. Have a swig and put him on the screen.
He's basically like the Scotty where he's like pulling like different bottles out of different eye holes in that one episode.
Yeah.
I've got Romulan ale. It's shouldn't have it though.
Oh yeah, it was illegal. I don't. Captain Stephen, an old Jewish man. Yes, Captain Stephen's an old Jewish man. Yeah, again with the Klingons. Put him on screen. Oi
vey.
Yeah, oi vey.
Again with the Batlets and the Empire and all this. Oh my goodness.
Can these ships just like not?
I think we've been locked
Prototype.
into some kind of loop.
So MDW says that the only sort of zombie game that he liked was the Prototype franchise.
Is that zombies?
Kinda.
I tell you, one of my favorite zombie games, Red Dead Redemption, and even that had running zombies in it.
You see, I remember people like coming and turning around. It was like 28 days later. It's my favorite zombie movie, and I was like, they're not zombies. They're just really angry people. Like,
it's called the Rage virus.
Yeah, and okay, biggest plot hole, of 28 weeks later, right? So we assume that the only survivors are the kid and his sister, and he's the one he's carrying the virus. But they seem fine, and the only way to transfer it is by like liquid or like bodily fluid transfer. So my question is who the fuck French kissed that kid as soon as they got across the Channel Tunnel?
Oh my god, there's something wrong with my ship.
Is it exploded?
Race under fire. Eat my dust. I can't turn or anything. No, it's not me. All right, yeah. I think the game's just quit on me. I can point up more. I'm slowly departing. I'm 40 kilometers away from Reese now. Okay, what is going on?
Okay, Best, real best zombies, the Re-Deads in Zelda. Which version, Rick? Which version of the Re-Deads?
Well, the Re-Deads in Ocarina of Time were terrifying with that scream.
And Wind Waker.
I can hardly remember them in Wind Waker. I need to replay Wind Waker again.
Okay, my ship was able to turn again.
Okay,
there we go.
The enemies and your character are infected. Fair enough.
And that's from Prototype.
Yeah. Prototype.
You're the one who causes the outbreak in Prototype, according to what Rick said as well.
Okay, wait a
Darkness
second.
and Nobodies.
Darkness and Nobodies. What?
Oh, from Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, okay. I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know. All I know is that anytime there's like a picture of angry Goofy, I just think of Goofy's gonna hook you up. And that's all I ever think of. Gosh.
I get to that point in Hyuk, and then I can't say anymore. Actually, never mind. Carrying on.
You can't say any more than I'm gonna Hyuk.
No, I was going to say something and then remembered that I can't say something, so I decided not to.
Okay.
NDA,
You've redacted your redacted. You've redacted your redacted. That's why.
I think we did it.
I think it's over.
I think we did it.
That was like half an hour. It's 9 o'clock.
Yep.
What the fuck? We thought the other one was bad.
James, if you didn't have your goddamn endeavors by now, I would be so pissed.
Okay,
right.
That's the rescue ship. Just launched in.
That's the rescue ship we need to talk to. Did you know the Pokemon mangas had zombie Pokemon that got sliced apart? I didn't?
Yes. Yes. It was an Arbok, if I remember rightly. And it was obviously in Lavender Town. No, there was an Arbok that got sliced in half and killed, and there was like a Psyduck in Lavender Town or something. God, I remember reading that like back in the day, and thinking, God, this is way better than the anime.
I always remember
what's
like
the lore behind. Okay.
The Pokemon discussion that was had in the Game Grumps, if there was ever like, because of Team Rocket, that they're basically criminals, and if a raid was ever done on a Team Rocket house, and basically the cops go in and start shooting the place up, and like, they kick in the door and it's like, somebody shut that fucking dog up, and there's like a Psyduck in the corner going "Say-ay-ay," and then it just gets shot.
What the fuck?
So, what is the lore behind a Pokemon fainting and you cannot catch it? So, what happens to the Pokemon? As in, why can't you catch it if it faints? Obviously, it's a video game thing, but
want to talk about the symbiote dragon I told you about, Stephen? Symbiote dragon. Is it is this Marvel symbiotes? As in, did Fing Fang Foom get taken over by a symbiote? Because that would be pretty terrifying, actually, to be honest. On that, I always maintain, and people who dispute it are people who don't know how his powers work. But if a symbiote infected the Flash, that would be the most terrifying thing in the world. And people are like, oh, well, they don't like heat and vibration and stuff like that, and the Flash creates a lot of friction. But the Speed Force bubble negates all of the effects of moving quickly. So essentially how the Flash's powers work is he manipulates the speed that events happen around him. And which is why I always think it's really annoying when writers do that whole thing of like, oh, well, the Flash came along and he set up this thing in like a split second. And it's like, yeah, but it still took him hours. It's just comparative, this is the reason why he doesn't need goggles, or why his lungs don't explode when he's traveling faster than the speed of sound. Like, so, yeah, yes, the Flash could willingly vibrate a symbiote off him, but would he want to? Once the symbiote is bonded, it you know, the power might seem alluring or seductive, and that's the fear of the symbiote. Oh yeah, the spider symbol on Venom is actually a dragon. That is some kind of bullshit. But yes, don't feed the Flash, Fran. Don't. Okay, whatever. Unless it's a blue eyes white dragon, it doesn't count. Oh wow, let's get into the Yu-Gi-Oh conversation. Man, I unironically fucking love the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. I think it's so much fun, and as MacGuffin-y as all of the ways that the Pharaoh got himself out of all the binds and duels, brilliant. Like, literally, they could write themselves into a corner, but as long as they had one card placed face down, that could be whatever the fuck they wanted it to be to get him out of that bind. And all he had to do was turn around and just literally go, "Not so fast! You forgot about my trap card!" And you're like, oh wow, amazing. As we know, symbiotes can absorb some of the feats like spider sense and organic webbing. Would the symbiote get stuff like vibration resistance, access to the speed force? I wonder.
Well, gentlemen, I must admit that will be my last flight in the game for tonight. I can happily stay in the stream and chat and everything. I'm just going to be logging out of STO.
Fair enough,
that's
James.
Fair.
I got a bit burnt out. I'm trying to go to bed early anyway, but that patrol burnt me out. My God. I thought I'd be burnt out of space combat. That's the bit I like about this game.
Well, James.
Well,
James.
I like this game, but still.
Yeah, that one was quite a slog. I'm not gonna lie. So don't know what happened with that one. It was quite. I don't know.
Quite the movement there, I think, for all of us.
I love how nerdy this whole stream is. Yeah, that's nothing. Like we generally give us a topic, we'll be able to go off on it. But yeah, I don't. But I'll kick your ass for free. Thank God for travel bans at the moment. Woof.
Oh dear.
I mean, we do have plans to get over to the UK when lockdown is over. Just saying. Let's see.
Is there anything you want to do before we finish up for the evening, Stephen, then?
I mean, I'm not going to really do ground missions for the Terran Empire and dealing plasma damage because I don't have plasma weapons. The only thing I have is harvesting materials in space. So I imagine... where would we be able to do that? If we warp out to Sector, I think if we find a random system, we should be able to...
Might be able to do that.
Find some materials. I'll make sure to visit Ireland when you do. Rick, you're not going to get on a plane. You told me you don't like planes.
For all the flights, though, I mean, to Ireland seems the least painful. When I fly to France, those are the ones where it's like, I'm so shitting myself the whole way, and then I got on the flight, and it's like, oh, I'm fine now, because I'm here.
Well, should we go and check out Risa then? Maybe we'll find something in the Risa system.
Risa, yeah, let's go on vacation in the Risa system.
Everyone knows that Risa is the best system to take a lovely vacation.
Indeed.
Is that the one in Enterprise?
It's in nearly every series apart from Voyager, I think. They probably talk about it, but it's basically where people go to be... K-Wolves21 is now following. Hey, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, they all talk about it, but it's just basically... It's like a hippie planet where they all go for spiritual discovery and a lot of free love, and, it's... It sounds like food.
It's from what I've seen of it, is essentially just a tropical planet.
Yeah.
Where you can just rent a villa and just stay for the weekend, and get abducted and tied up.
Hello, Gnome Druid Rob. Ryza is the pleasure planet, absolutely. AKA Riker Heaven, indeed. And according to STO, at least, it is Rysa spelled ISA. So it's Ibiza, parties, or chill out. I think it's pretty much whatever you want it to be. And I think that's the appeal, is they spend time trying to cater to your every whim and putting extra.
You know what? Ibiza is a beautiful island. I've driven around it with a mate, and we drove around it in one day. It was beautiful.
I think
I would happily do that again.
I think you're pronouncing it wrong, isn't it? Ibiza.
Oh, Ibiza.
Yeah.
Oh, Ibiza. Oh, you can actually beam down.
Oh wow, cool. I'm gonna look for. There are 0 anomalies in the area, so this isn't what. Damn it! I always.
We can't go.
It's a binary system. That's interesting.
Well, that's
you expect the planet to be just a desert.
Well, there's a very advanced weather control system. Yeah, and that it in one of the episodes we watched of Deep Space Nine, the weather control system was taken down as a terrorist attack, and the whole planet was basically going to tear itself apart. So yeah.
Oh wow.
I've been to the Bahamas.
No, Druid Rob, I've been to the Bahamas as well. Very nice, very nice. So my girlfriend worked. My girlfriend worked on a cruise ship that I was meant to be working on. That went to the Bahamas, to Grand Bahama Island and Nassau. So yeah, beautiful place out there.
Myself and Tina went to Nassau, Freeport. We were supposed to go to another island, the Bahamas, but there was a storm, so we couldn't actually land. But yeah,
your thoughts on Freeport?
We just went to a drinking area, so yeah. Grand Bahama.
Wait, Rick, where are you? I live near Margate. Maybe I can kick your ass instead for Tina.
I have plans after the
socially
stream.
distant, of course.
Gonna play more Skyrim mods, so I'm set for the evening. There was a mod that came out recently for Fallout 4, and I think I might go and play that at some stage. Because I haven't played the full way through Fallout 4 ever. I always get, with big games like that, I always get sidetracked with side quests and things like that and get lost. I'm gonna go to the Amaga system, I think. Let's see. North London. Yes, please, James. Okay. But yeah, so I might play the Fallout 4, but the best mod for Fallout 4 has to be the new laser rifle sounds. Has anyone ever seen it? Where basically the new laser rifle sounds are just replaced with pew.
I mean, who doesn't want to go around going pew 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 with like half of the weapons like in those types of games?
There was a really dramatic cinematic video made for it, and it's so funny. It's like the trailer for the mod, and yeah, it's just a lot of like boo 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 boo. Hilarious. I spent 2 weeks in the UK in the 90s. Was nice. Yeah. Zap. Gnome Druid Rob. Whereabouts are you? If not in the UK.
I'm calling America. Okay. That's my educated guess.
That is a very broad area.
Well, yeah, but like I can't tell from accent. Oh, Texas. Yeah.
Never been to Texas.
I've got a few friends who live in Texas.
I lived in Brownwood and Waco for for a good few months. That was interesting.
Part
I
of
much
that-
prefer Austin.
Part of that cult, you know.
The foam finger from Dead Space. Yes, one of the best weapons ever.
Okay, there's
Video game history.
There's a system here that I thought I misread it at first. I thought it said Cool House, and I was like, "Oh my god, we should go to the Cool House." But it's the Cool Has system, and I'm gonna pop into that, see if there's a errors. But I adore it. I'm in between Austin and Waco.
Hold on, I can't. It's been a while since I was in Texas, but I was dating a girl from Texas. That's why I was there, and she lived in a little town called Brownwood. I'm just trying to see what. Oh, for fuck's sake! I've just gone all the way back to England, and yeah, Brownwood is somewhere around Waco and Austin.
When I go to parks in America that sell Cornish game hen and slap them all. Usual thing is anytime I go to somewhere and like order a pint of Guinness and then see how they pour it, and I want to hop over the bar and do it myself. You're just like, God damn it.
You take a leaf out of the one of the doctors from Scrubs. Wrong.
Yeah, it's good old Dr. Cox.
Dr. Cox.
One of my favorite gifs I always use is when I tell like a shitty joke. It's him kind of it's down as asshole gif, and it's just him kind of making this big smiling face going. And that's my favorite gif to use. I just got a mod for wings for my character, so I'm gonna get what items I need to make. Wings in Skyrim, huh?
Oh.
I've been to Brownwood once or twice. It's about 3 hours away. God, just the scale of America just blows my mind sometimes. They're like, yeah, it's just down the road. It's just like a 6-hour drive. You're like, ugh.
So, in the UK, if you were to drive, so I can't speak for Ireland, obviously. If you were to drive 4 hours somewhere, that would be the event of the day, right? That would be, oh, we got a 4-hour drive. That's the point of our day. But no, I drove 4 hours to go to a water park, did the water park, and drove not 4 hours back, or something like 5 hours back, 5 or 6 hours back, because we went via another place. And I was like, spent 10 hours on the road, like wanting to die. It was so long.
I think the longest I've driven was for a job. I was in Italy, as a matter of fact. I drove from Milan down to Rome.
Nice.
In 8 hours.
Oh.
That was a fun day.
Yeah, the longest I've driven, well, I don't drive, but was driven, was when my sister moved to London, and so I went on the ferry across to Holyhead, and from Holyhead to London in like really, really horrid rain, and my dad was driving, and my dad has a tendency to not listen when driving, so when I was like, take the second exit off this roundabout, he wouldn't. And so we'd have to like go up the road, get the next roundabout, come back, and then figure out which fucking exit it was. So that was such a long drive. Yeah.
The longest one I know across UK, other than like the one of somebody I know, and I felt so bad about this. My granddad made my mum drive him all the way to Manchester, and that's about a 6-7 hour drive. It was a 9-hour drive with him, but still, just to get a signature from me, for them to turn around immediately and drive home. And I was like, why? Why on earth could you just not ask me to send you it send it in the mail or something?
A signature.
MDW.
A signature, my signature on a document.
So we used to drive up to Ohio. I'm from the US as well. Whereabouts in the US are you, Matt?
We're learning all sorts of things tonight.
I know. This is one of the things I love about the internet. You know, you have essentially a guy in Ireland playing Star Trek with his friends, one in France, the other in the UK, and we have people from the UK, Ireland, and America watching. Like if someone had said this was possible when I was a child, I'd be like, whatever Star Trek nonsense you've come up with now. To get to Luton, when I went to uni, it was a 90-minute drive, and I had to go to the Excel Center for Comic-Con. It was a 90-minute drive. Yeah, anytime we've been to Excel, we went to 2 MCM Comic-Cons, and they were we always got a hotel on the DAR line, so we were able to do that. I think we were never really that far away, but as with all MCMs, I always felt they were always kind of like a big shop. But was it the second one we went to? Tina had a few of her heroes to go see, so we did that. I wanted to see Troy Baker, but he decided last minute to not show up to his signing, so we were kind of annoyed about that. And we were only there for the one day, so when they were like, "Oh, he'll be signing tomorrow," you're like, "Well, we're not here tomorrow." So we went to Ireland too when I was in the UK. I saw the Blarney Stone. You didn't kiss it, did you?
You're the reason we have COVID.
No, it's just okay.
No. It's like a tourist tradition, isn't it? Like,
okay, so
you kiss it.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah. It's gross. So what's really funny though is I have a celeb story. So I used to work the Star Wars conventions over here in Ireland as a costumed character, and one year we had Billy D. Williams over, and so I managed to catch him in the bar afterwards, being like, "Holy fuck, it's Billy D. Williams." And I was like, "Oh, so are you going home straight after this, or you know, you sticking around?" He's like, "No, I'm gonna stick around for, you know, a couple of days. Gonna go see the Blarney Stone." And I kind of was like, "Interesting, you're gonna go see the Blarney Stone?" And so I did the polite thing of, "Well, in all my life, I've never been to the Blarney Stone, and you know, I've been here the whole time." And he's like, "Oh, I thought you were American." I was like, no. But I was observing that he was being wheeled around in a wheelchair the entire weekend. And I was like, so you're going to climb about 8 flights of medieval stairs to go and kiss the Blarney Stone when you've been wheelchair bound this entire weekend? I don't think so. And I'd love to know if he ever managed to kiss it. But yeah, Billy D. Williams is a treasure. He was such a nice man. Yeah.
He seems like one of those like really chilled out dudes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Really genuine guy. And had so many stories as well to tell. There's plenty of people like that I love to meet at the conventions, where you could just sit around and swap stories with. Jeremy Bulloch was one of them, unfortunately, who passed away.
Yes. Yeah, I had the privilege of getting his signature when I was a lot younger. I got to meet him.
Yeah, I have I have a few of his signatures, and his book Flying Solo, which when I bought his book, he accidentally started signing the book that he brought around to the shows for years with my name on it. And his wife was like, Jeremy, you're signing your own book. And he was like, "Oh, no." And I was like, "Don't worry, I'll take that one. It's fine." And thinking, how cool would that be to have the book that traveled the world? And no, he kept that book. And I'd just love to know how many people looked at that version of the book and being like, "Who the fuck is Steven?" So that's one of my favorite memories with Jeremy Bulloch.
I in that same convention as well, I got to meet 2 of the cast from Red Dwarf. I got to meet the guy who played Crichton and
Oh, cool.
the guy who played Rimmer as well. That was a very interesting day.
Oh, I love Robert Llewellyn.
Yeah, Robert Llewellyn. He's such a nice guy, very nice guy. I loved him in Scrap Heap Challenge, which was
Yes.
a program we had over here in the UK.
I was just going to mention, I love Scrap
love
Heap
that.
Challenge. It was one of my favorite shows to watch.
It's one of those things that you're like, they can't do this. Like whatever task they had, like build a catapult out of like whatever it was, like that's there in this junkyard, and they would do it. And I'm like, holy hell! Like the amount of engineering that had to come from like a lot of these mechanics and things.
Yeah.
People who went on to these shows, it's incredible.
Yeah,
It's one of the reasons why I like Robot Wars as a kid growing up as well.
one of my fave celebs meetings was James Doohan. Oh, I'm so jealous. I would have loved to meet James Doohan. And one of the astronauts snuck his ashes into space up onto the International Space Station. So he got his final wish and was able to go to space. Yeah.
I wonder what the repercussions are for smuggling ashes into space.
Okay.
Not a clue. I mean, what are they going to do? Bring them back?
Yeah.
I mean, he was such a well-known actor as well, and he was kind of like the heart and soul of, in certain respects, of the original ship.
Oh yeah, still one of my favorite moments. Still one of my favorite moments of all the TOS stuff was him putting through the details for transparent aluminium into the computer, and he's like, computer, hello computer, and he's like, just use the mouse, and he
voice not recognized.
No, he picks up the mouse. Oh, this is in the 80s. Like he picks up the mouse and he's like,
yeah,
hello computer, and he's like, just type it in, and so he typed it in the keyboard. But like, that's just such a funny moment in the show.
I've actually seen that moment, and that was in the movie, was it not?
Yeah.
That was in the movie.
The Voyage Home.
That was such a I remember that because I remember that bit, laughing my head off at that bit.
Yeah, hello computer. Right, scan magnesite ore. Go away, Hegta heavy cruiser. I just need one more fucking anomaly. Piss off.
The Klingons just don't want to let you scan.
Right, gonna finish you off, but quick as well. Taste the painbow.
Wait.
Okay.
There we go.
Final.
Phew, only a few more.
Right. Where
Weird famous story source working Comic-Con. John Rhys Davis, I think, is my boyfriend without me even ever realizing.
Oh yeah.
What?
John Rhys Davies was an absolute treasure. What a great man. I actually had to interview John Rhys Davies for that convention, and he actually seemed shocked that I remembered he was in Wing Commander. And Wing Commander was one of my favorite games as a kid, because space travel, that kind of thing.
Space, gotta go to space.
Every time I hear
Never guess you like space travel.
Yeah, every time I hear the Klingons decloaking, I think it's me. I'm like, wait a minute, my cloaking device is activating. It would hopefully not have a moment of generations with we're cloaking, and then you have that awesome moment from Riker where he just goes fire, and yeah, probably the best part about that movie. James knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I missed that. Sorry.
Versus the Duras sisters, where they put in the code to make the bird of prey cloak. And they're like, we're cloaking. And then he...
I don't...
Fire.
Yeah, fire. You were saying?
I love like some of the dramatic stuff they can get out of those lines.
Oh yeah, like one of those moments is that kind of, for a movie, that's the fuck yeah moment. The other one being in First Contact with Worf, where they're the deflector dish is floating away with the Borg, and he's just like, assimilate this.
Assimilate this.
Yeah, yay!
Yeah, I enjoy that moment. I think I said that was my favourite moment in Star Trek. As you asked me as I was climbing a mountain to try and use my brain for something other than just move legs.
I met Christy Hem at a Comic-Con and got to hang out with her many times over the weekend. I had to explain the different Lantern Corps to her. Oh. I am not a merry man. That's one of Worf's best lines.
And MDW says that they are originally from Indiana.
Indiana. We've got a few friends in Indiana, actually. Depart the system. Yeah, it is not a little.
I find it funny that Mark Hamill doesn't remember that being in the first dubbed Yakuza game.
I'm sure. It's like, I'm sure Mark Hamill's done so much that he just doesn't remember half of it. Like, I remember talking to Kevin Conroy, and he doesn't remember, like, the people he worked with working on the Arkham games. Like, you know. Let me see. It is not a little ship. Actually, it was Riker that he was like, oh, tough little ship. And Worf just says, little! And for some reason, the thing that I remember most from Insurrection, Star Trek Insurrection, because on mine and Tina's rewatch of TNG leading up to Picard, we didn't watch Insurrection because it's not great. But the one thing I do remember was Worf getting a pimple and it being called something like a gorch, and that's the only thing I really remember from that. Weird, the things that stick in your head.
Yeah, it goes through puberty again.
Yeah.
And he gets really long hair and displays aggressive tendencies.
What?
Yes.
Worf?
Any aggressive tendencies? You tell me, Worf.
Yeah, Worf display aggressive
Definitely
tendencies.
feeling aggressive.
He run. I can't remember what happens to his phase rifle, but basically, like, a drone comes along and he smashes it. Instead, he uses the rifle as a battering weapon, a melee weapon.
The best little
He's
ship.
definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, sir.
The best little ship in Trek is the Oberth. I mean, the Oberth certainly died a lot. That's for sure. So for those that don't know, the Oberth is a science vessel. We do not have clearance to warp into deep space. Yeah, so it's a science vessel, and the Oberth was the first ship that Riker, an Oberth, known as the Pegasus, was the first ship that Riker ever served on, and it had the phase cloak. So yeah, Furions. That seems really familiar.
I believe that is from Riddick.
Oh yes, that's
mistaken.
it. Yeah, that's it. Riddick's race is the Furions. It can be reconfigured as an escort scout, highly underrated ship. It must be a multi-class type ship. Oh, we've got a deep space encounter coming up here straight ahead. Intelligence disaster.
All right.
Let's do that.
Yep. And shall we call it a night after that, Stephen?
That seems like a good spot to end it.
Yes.
Okay, Yeah, like I love most ships from Star Trek. I don't think there's any that I actively hate. I think the Prometheus is a little dumb, but that's fine. Like,
I mean, what about the Nautilus? That is a very good question for you, because that to me is probably the dumbest looking Enterprise ship. You know, the one that's basically got the Epcot Center on the front of it.
Yeah, I think that's the Daedalus class. Not too sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a bit silly looking, but that's what kit bashing in the 60s got you. So
yeah.
I'm from a very small town called Sweetser. Oh. And the Excelsior class, yes, the Excelsior class is classic. Bips gave up on her nerd talk. She's out. Sent photos. Yes, I just saw. It'd be great if there was a way that I could like put photos up on the screen for you guys to see. But Ripley is our small dog.
Yeah, but you'd probably have a problem, and then like one of my nudes I send you would have just be displayed instead. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, while I'm
put that up.
Looking at my phone, going, oh yeah, that's a tasteful nude.
Gnome Druid says that I know one Trek ship that is bad. The hideous abomination that they call Discovery.
Ooh.
Controversial. I don't think the design is great for Discovery, admittedly, but I don't hate it either. I felt the design of the Voyager J was a bit simple. I wasn't a fan of that. It felt like they took the really sleek, gorgeous Intrepid class and then kind of turned it into something from Star Fox. Which, admittedly I love Star Fox, but it's as games go, it's a bit dated looking now,
But also, it's a time. It's a play. It's. I wouldn't like a ship that looks like a Star Trek ship in Elite Dangerous. So
yeah.
So it's all about placement and the stuff. I'm looking up the Voyager J. Oh, I see it. Okay.
So the Voyager J is from when they go after in season 3 they jump forward in time to the year 3189. And as the season progressed, it was quite slow because it became basically another yet another Star Trek season 1, and all Star Trek season 1s are very slow because they have to world build. So a lot of the time season 1s can be very poor, but I mean it got there in the end. I'm not a fan of the uniform designs from 3189. But I think the comm badge is pretty cool. So, swings and roundabouts, I guess. Taste the paintbow.
As someone who doesn't want it spoiled, but just wanted to make an observation, the dude in Enterprise from the future, whose name I can't remember at this present moment.
Yeah.
When he's in the future, he has such a dog-ugly haircut, but he reminds me of, like, the Romulans or the Vulcans. But, like, a human
I think he has some Vulcan DNA in him as well.
Daniels. Maybe. Yeah.
Daniels, that was it.
Temporal Agent Daniels. Oh, well, there we have... Who is with us? We have... Meinheimer and the ISS Tirpitz, sorry. And I thought I saw an Excelsior class around. Maybe I'm wrong. The USS Damien is a variation on the Galaxy class.
A bit of microphone handling there, James.
My mistake. Sorry.
That's all right.
He was mostly human. Oh, yes. That's something to look forward to.
Oh,
good work, Rob.
Minor spoiler.
I don't know if you said thank you to Rob or not. I just saw that I'm watching the stream, so obviously mine's delayed.
Yes, run, flee for your life.
Okay, Gandalf, we'll do exactly.
Oh no, sorry, someone followed. I missed that. Because of my
Rob followed.
Yeah, my alerts are so very funny. I'm very funny in real life. If you couldn't tell, I have a very strange sense of anti-humor where. I don't know quite how to explain it. Where everyone knows the type of anti-joke where it's a joke that isn't a joke, and just makes people go ugh. I specialize in that. That's my jam.
Yes. I specialize in cringe humor because everyone cringes about the fact that I am very not funny.
My mom thinks I'm funny.
Funny, but looks on everything. Oof.
Oof.
I don't know if that's a... I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah, right. This is what generally when people like you're like, so you know, you're talking to them online, if you'd be like, so what do you look like? You're like, well, let's put it this way, I'm funny.
As many people have pointed out, I have the face for radio.
This is why I am a voice actor and not a standard one. I'm not commercially viable. This is where it got annoying for that period of time where to be a voice actor you also needed to be pretty. Ugh.
Damn you, Matt Mercer!
Yeah, that kind of rock star era of voiceover where it's kind of like, oh, okay, awesome, that was weird. Blah, blah, blah. Like that kind of rock star era. It was very strange. Wasn't fun. Oh, inventory is full. Gotcha. I look like young Meatloaf. Huh.
Young Meatloaf. I'm gonna have to look up Young Meatloaf now to make a comparison.
Yeah.
I just remember him from I Won't Do That. Okay.
So what is it that Meatloaf wouldn't do?
Well,
there was some stupid thing where like he actually is in the song what he won't do, and it's like the last question that somebody asked or something. I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Is it not something?
Because I remember reading this.
Is it not something like
I'm
MDW Twitch
gonna have
died?
to drop out. I'm gonna
Alright.
have to drop off, I'm afraid, Stephen. Thank you
Okay.
very much for leaving.
No problem.
Sorry about that.
Um,
And good night, everyone in the stream, and good evening to you guys over in America. Hope you have a lovely time.
great flying with you, Reese.
Great flying with you too.
So later, Reese.
So MDW's Twitch died. Now it's in the song, but I don't know. I assume it's the whole thing of like I wouldn't lie or hurt you, or you know, all the Rick rolls sort of stuff. But yeah. It's. I always find it very strange.
It's the line. It's the line before every chorus. There's 9 of them. The problem lies because, he sings "I won't do that" after all the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, lie or cheat.
Whoa! What is going on with my ship right now? Anybody on the stream can see this weird textures going on. What?
You become a big boy.
Yeah, what is going on with those textures? They even changed the render scale and it's all like, nah.
Are your nacelles always that size inside the exterior?
Yes.
Or okay. That was quite funny to watch. I've heard of Farscape. I remember a dude having a very strange chin beard thing in it.
After a while, to forget everything, it was a brief interlude in the Midsummer Night's Fling, and you'll see that it's time to move on. I won't do that. Okay, I see. So he won't be. It's not a fling, basically. And yes, we've heard of Farscape. Yeah. I've heard of Farscape. I've only seen very little of it, but I do remember that the main actor in it went into Stargate in its latter seasons, and then for Stargate Atlantis. So that was good. Okay. Oh look, the USS Saratoga. Yeah, it's probably about this time where I'm going to call it a night. Whoa, 9:45. It's always a good sign when you lose track of time playing the game. Let's get rid of these infinity lock boxes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, admittedly, it's just a looping video behind me. It'd be awesome if I could get like a live feed through the game, but yeah, it's just me dicking around with a green screen because I can. I want a higher tier of the Pioneer class. I like that little ship. I'm not familiar with the Pioneer class. Okay, so let's free up some space here. Okay, I got my Endeavor pack. What's in here? A reroll token, 50,000 energy credits, and normal R&D materials. Huh. Okay, well, on that note, it's the TOS Toon starter ship. Huh. You see, that's funny because there is a few people that retain their Miranda class and they end up getting like a T6 Miranda. The Miranda is cool because it has a lot of customization options. I remember my first Miranda class looking quite beefy. I thought it was good. But yes, yeah. So I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna thank you all for joining me. Hope you had a good time. Probably won't be back tomorrow because I'm going to be doing an organized thing between a few friends who have January birthdays. So I won't be joining in tomorrow, but maybe back Sunday with some more Star Trek Online because that's our dedicated day for Star Trek. We call it Steak and Star Trek Night. Yeah, so from myself and James on stream, we thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. Stay safe, keep washing your hands, live long and prosper. See you later. Bye.